Today, we're digging into the future of medicine. But here's the thing, it's not some far-off sci-fi fantasy, it's actually happening right now. We are unlocking the most personal information imaginable, our own genetic code. So, let's get right into it.
Have you ever wondered about this? I mean, it's a super common experience, right? You take a medication that's supposed to be a miracle worker and nothing. Or maybe your friend takes it and feels great, but you just get hit with all the side effects. What is going on there?
You know, for the longest time, the easy answer was, well, it's about our habits or our environment, maybe just bad luck. But the real answer? It's actually way more profound, and it's been hiding inside of us this whole time.
Yep, the answer is literally written into our DNA. It's our body's own unique source code, the very thing that makes you, you. This blueprint is what determines everything from how you look to what diseases you might be more susceptible to.
Okay, so if our genes have the answers, what exactly are they? To really get how this is changing medicine, we've got to start with the basics of how this blueprint is actually written.
This is probably the best way to think about it. Your DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid if you want to get technical, is literally the complete instruction manual for your body. It has every single instruction needed for you to grow, to live, to function. It's the ultimate user's guide to you.
And if your DNA is the whole book, then your chromosomes are the chapters. They're these super neatly packaged bundles of DNA. We humans have 23 pairs of them. We get one set from each parent, and they keep all that genetic info organized into these manageable sections.
Now let's zoom in even more. If chromosomes are the chapters, then genes are the individual sentences, the actual instructions. A single gene gives the command for a specific trait. We're talking everything from your eye color to your blood type, and even, say, how well your body processes caffeine.
But here's the catch. Just like any giant, complicated instruction manual, sometimes there are typos. And in our genetic code, those little errors can have really big consequences for our health.
We call these typos mutations. It's basically a permanent change in the DNA sequence. So imagine one misspelled word in a critical sentence in that instruction manual. Sometimes a typo like that doesn't really matter. But other times, it can completely change a vital instruction, and that's what can lead to a genetic disease.
And these typos can come in different forms. For example, a tiny change in a single gene that codes for hemoglobin can cause thalassemia. A much bigger error, like having a whole extra copy of a chapter, in this case chromosome 21, is what causes Down syndrome. Or another specific gene error can lead to hemophilia. In every one of these cases, the condition is written right into that person's genetic code.
For literally centuries, medicine has been treating illnesses without really knowing about these genetic roots. But now, because we can actually read the blueprint, it's kicking off an absolute revolution in how we think about healthcare.
And this revolution is a huge shift away from the old way, that one-size-fits-all model. You know, where treatments are designed for the average patient. We're now moving to something called precision medicine, where the treatment is tailored specifically to you, and it can even be predictive, all based on your unique genetic data.
So here's the key. Precision medicine isn't about some fantasy of making a unique drug for every single person on Earth. It's about being smarter. It's about grouping people based on things like their susceptibility to a disease or how they're likely to respond to a drug. Finally, medicine is becoming as unique as we are.
And look, this isn't just a cool idea for the future, it's already making a huge difference in patients' lives. Let me show you how this actually works in the real world.
So check out this lung cancer case. A patient is diagnosed, but instead of just jumping into standard chemo, doctors first run a genetic test on the tumor itself, and bingo, they find a very specific mutation in a gene called EGFR. Now with that piece of information, they can give the patient a drug that is specifically designed to attack cancer cells that have that exact mutation. The results are often way better with fewer side effects. It's a total game changer.
And it's not just about treatment. It's about preventing harm before it even starts. For instance, before giving a patient a common drug for seizures, doctors can now test for a specific gene variant. Why? Because we know that people with this variant have a super high risk of a severe, potentially deadly allergic reaction to that drug. A simple, quick genetic test can stop that from ever happening. As a massive shift from just reacting to sickness to actually proactively managing health.
So as we start to wrap this up, it's pretty clear that being able to read our own genetic code isn't just an academic exercise. It is fundamentally changing everything we thought we knew about health and disease.
If you take one thing away from this explainer, let it be this. The whole idea of one-size-fits-all medicine is on its way out. The future, and honestly, the present, is all about care that is personal, predictive, and preventative, all powered by your own unique genetic instruction manual.
Seriously, we are just at the very beginning of this journey. As we get better and faster at reading our body's instruction manual, the possibilities feel almost infinite. Think about predicting diseases years before they show up, or developing therapies that are so targeted they feel like science fiction. It really leaves us with this huge, fascinating question. What are we going to ask this powerful new science to do next?